bought a gym membership. It was like, okay, let me find something on YouTube that's like the most basic, the most fundamental thing. And I did find something like that. It's very, very easy to follow workout. And I've been doing it, as I said, for a month. Amazing results. And what my goal is right now is to perfect the forms, to have the right foundations. You might ask, like, hey, what are the right foundations of NoFap? Excellent question. So the foundations of NoFap is building the habits, because obviously NoFap is not watching porn, which is something you don't do. So that's not something that you have to really exercise. What you do have to exercise is building habits, because the same part of your brain that's used to resist old habits is used to build new ones. So you either resist old habits or build new ones. They don't work at the same time. Like the part of the brain called the basal ganglia, I think, is the one that's like, it's either doing the one thing or the other. It might be actually called the cerebellum. I always get the two mixed up. I hate that. Well, the point is, this little part of your brain cannot be used for resisting and building at the same time. So as long as you're building new habits, you don't have to resist old ones. And then, after the first couple of weeks of building the new habits, urges aren't that hard anymore to like dismiss. Pretty easy to follow the frequency just by having like a paper habit tracker that you can fill out on Notion, on like Microsoft Paint or Canva or something like that, or you can print it out and just X physical habit tracker. Yeah. If you just Google habit tracker, you can find a bunch of them, and it's super easy to follow through. That's how I started as well, and that is like the base foundation. And not necessarily for NoFap, because this channel is NoFap, but NoFap from my perspective isn't about quitting porn. It's about rejecting the modern media that is actually destroying your life, deleting it, and then thriving through a successful life and growing towards whatever you want to be in the future, like your best self. So NoFap is really about like fulfilling your purpose in life instead of resisting porn. I think like that's the first step of NoFap. Like, of course you quit porn, but then you quit the social media, delete the little doom scrolling apps. I'm not saying like delete all social media, just doom scrolling apps. Social media is actually the useful parts, like the messenger apps, WhatsApp, etc., where you actually talk to people, you socialize with them, you set up events with them. They're good. The ones that are just used for messaging, they're good. But the ones that have like a built-in doom scrolling feature, you should like reject them. Like you should delete them immediately, like as soon as this video is over, because they are the ones actually that give you most of your urges. And you probably know this, even if you don't, just reflect on it. When you have some urges on NoFap, do you scroll or watch some random dopamine-filled YouTube video or shorts before or after? Think about it. Top link of the description, you have the coaching if you need help. If you don't, please like the video and give it a subscribe if you would like to get like a daily reminder of staying off of porn, daily tips on NoFap. Oh yeah, I did indeed manage to wake up. I am eating the frog, which means I'm doing the hardest, the most difficult to do task first, which is recording the video. I usually do this at the end of the day, but as you can see, I'm still in my pajamas and still have the nose like breathing thing on. So I'm way ahead now, and it actually makes a lot more sense to do the hardest things first, because you get over it, and then the rest of the day, which is like a long period, it will feel, compared to the first couple of hours, it will feel a lot easier. And so this is like a psychological hack, because you will feel better for a longer time. But if you do the hardest thing last, you will feel this stress of expectation of doing the hard task for a long time, which is bad, of course. So yeah, eat the frog, guys. If you wake up, you have something that you don't want to do, just do it immediately. I do feel a bit tired already, which is not a bad sign. Look, I'm gonna tire myself out, and the point is to go bed earlier. And also, when you're resetting your sleep, try not to nap during the day. It's very, very dangerous if you nap. First of all, it's easy to slip into a longer nap, which is multiple hours. And what that will cause is not only will you go to bed at the same time as usual, but number two, your body will adjust and will expect you to nap from now on at the same time every single day. And number three, you will be sleep deprived because you will be expecting, your body will expect you to go to bed at the same time as you did before. So let's say you went to bed at 2 a.m., you woke up at 7. So from now on, your body will expect you to sleep from 2 to 7 instead of from 11 to 7, for example. So it's important to skip the naps for the first 3 to 5 days when you're setting a new sleep schedule for yourself. I set myself a reminder at 0:30 to go to bed. And the way I do this is I have a timer which is 10 minutes before I'm supposed to go to bed. So when it rings, I know like, okay, I have to prepare right now in order to make it in time. And if I manage to wake up tomorrow at 7 as well, or 7:30, my bad. So if I manage to wake up tomorrow at 7:30, I will be almost set. The first 3 days set the habit, the foundations of the habit. So if you do the first 3 days right, then it's a lot easier to keep the habit. So on the third day, I think I will go to bed at like 10 or 10:30, something like that, to get some extra sleep, to cover some of my sleep debt that I've taken on in the couple of days before this. And yeah, just hoping that I will be able to wake up again at 7:30. But Notion, and I do journal, but not necessarily in the morning. Sometimes I do it in the evening. The point is, it's a very essential part of my day, because Notion is all about tracking, and the journal is all about self-analysis. And both of these things are the things that got me here, the things that got me to somewhere in my life, from basically nowhere, being on porn and just learning about NoFap and binging YouTube for hours instead of watching porn. But with self-analysis and tracking my stuff, tracking my sleep, tracking a bunch of things, I managed to actually start a business and be able to consistently work on the business every single day. Yeah, it is a way really to achieve a lifetime of success in just a couple of months, like 10, 20 months. And so that is part of what I'm documenting on this channel. And I am very, very close to hitting my financial goal, as well as I'm very, very close to hitting basically every single metric except reading. I have a problem with reading. And so it was because I was reading something that isn't as relevant. Obviously, it's very important. I'm reading the 48 Laws of Power, amazing book, but it isn't relevant to me getting growth in my business. So I think I'm switching over to $100 million leads by Alex Hormozy, of course, my favorite guy in the world. And so that's what I'm gonna read from now on. But also I'll read the 48 Laws of Power as well. It's just getting leads for me in my business is so important, and partly that's why I'm doing my YouTube channel, to tell the people, hey, I'm doing NOFAP Coaching. If you want to join, just click the link, top link in the description. And if you would like to stay in the loop, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, stay strong, stay healthy, and stay off porn. Bye.